It's Christmas time, it is in the air, and that must mean that basketballs are in the air. Good evening, everybody, from Lou House, along with Rufus Washington and Sebastian Spencer. I'm Lou Stowers, inside of Olympian Gymnasium, where the losing Olympians, the defending Bay League champions, are taking on the Lawndale Cardinals in a terrific crosstown rivalry, Rufus. And this rivalry is really turning into something.
Well, it certainly is. Now we move to the round ball version. Lawndale already showed what they can do on the football field, but they haven't enjoyed quite as much success against the losing Olympians on the basketball court. And Coach Brownlee knows that his guys, young as they are, will be up for a major challenge tonight.
And they have the big kid in the middle, 6'9", Shemezi Matu. He is a load.
Well, you know, it's a great thing, first of all, that Shemezi is here at Lawndale High and not off someplace else. Obviously heavily recruited, but he made a commitment to Lawndale, and the Lawndale program has made a commitment to do everything they can to develop him into a top shelf player, and we expect to see that this season.
Another talent, a local kid that came back from one of those heavily recruited schools is Marquin Walton.
Absolutely, and we expect the same thing from him. This is a good ball club. You know, they had a great run last year. They've challenged themselves in the preseason with a very demanding preseason schedule as they prepare for the Pioneer League. They finished second place in the league last year. They expect to make a run at the title this year.
And Sebastian, the losing Olympians, they're 2-2 right now, but it's kind of like that book that we all studied in high school, Great Expectations for this team.
Definitely great expectation for this team coming in. We got the big man Eric Childress and Travion Anderson coming back, but what we're looking forward to is those guys that came off the bench last year that are going to be a big part of this team. Stephon Nathan, Deontay Welsh, and Justin Delgado. Those are the guys that are going to need to step up this year.
And Chris Brownlee, the coach of the Cardinals, was telling me that these Olympians have known each other since 6th grade. How do you break this team down?
Definitely. Playing together since 6th grade, it's no way to break that down. You just hope that they have a bad night, but I think they're a lot better than 2-2, and I think they'll show it tonight.
And this Cardinal team has an 18-point differential between points scored and points given up. It's going to be a terrific ball game tonight. Sit back and enjoy your eggnog. Coming up on City TV. And we are back at Lou House along with Rufus Washington and Sebastian Spencer. I'm Lou Stowers along with the terrific City TV crew. And we're just about ready to get things underway in the home opener for the Lusinger Olympians, who are 2-2, and they have lost 2 in a row. And Rufus, both of these teams have taken on some pretty heavy schedules. But you would expect the Olympians maybe to be a little bit better than they are right now.
Well, you would expect, of course, one of the things they're working, one of the challenges, I should say, that they have, Lou, is that they're not a particularly tall team, and the 2 losses they had weren't the 2 slouches. Long Beach Poly and L.A. Price, 2 championship ball clubs.
That's right, and Ali Pravaz says that they're a little bit need to come up and start showing up a little bit, especially with these guys here. And let's go to the starting lineups for the Lawndale Cardinals and the Lusinger Olympians. The Lawndale Cardinals, the visiting team. Chris Brownlee in his second year, 23-10. Last year, 20-9 overall, 7-3 in the Pioneer League, good enough for second in the Pioneer League. And let's meet some of the Lawndale Cardinals. Number 4, Shemezi Matu, 6'9", 180-pound sophomore, averaging 10.3 points a game. Number 5, Chris McKeel, 6 foot, 175 senior. He's averaging 5 points a game. Nathan McAnally, number 10, a point guard, 5'9", 180, a senior. Sergio Blandon, wearing number 20. He's a 6'1" senior and averaging 3.3 points a game. And number 1, Newman, Will Newman, 6'2", 175-pound senior, the leading scorer and rebounder of this team. Will, with 18.5 points a game and 7.3 rebounds. He's going to be a heavy load to handle for Eric Childress and company of the Olympians, who are coached by Ali Parvaz in his third year, 40-16 last year. The Olympians were 23-6, ran the table in the Bay League, and like the Cardinals, made it to the third round of the CIF playoffs. Let's meet the Olympians. Number 21, the former quarterback, Justin Delgado.
The defensive
6'1".
stopper for them, by the way.
Excuse me?
The defensive stopper.
That's right. Next up, number 13, Devon Abner, a 6'3", 175-pound junior, averaging 6 points and 2.8 rebounds a game. Number 2, Deontay Welch, 6'4", 185-pound senior, averaging 6.3 points a game. And then Michael McMillian, a 6', 165-pound senior, averaging 4.3 points a game. And the man, number 1, the point guard, the captain, a 6', 175-pound senior, Eric Childress. And they're dancing with Michael McMillian. And now the Lusinger Olympian Band will perform the national anthem as soon as we get going. But let's introduce you to tonight's officials. Heath Hamilton will be the number 1, and along with Kevin Houck, our officiating crew. And now we will rise for the playing of our national anthem by the Olympian Marching Band.
That's it.
So no anthem? Okay.
No anthem.
All right, it's 7:30, so no anthem. That's what they're saying, but there's
Wow.
Old Glory on the wall.
Well, they
Those
say
say,
there
can
were
you see?
technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties?
Yeah, let's.
Did somebody's saxophone, the reed broke? Okay. There's Heath Hamilton with the ball up. Actually, that's Ali Parvaz with his 2 assistant coaches, 3 assistant coaches behind him. And we're getting ready to go. It'll be Deontay Welch for the Olympians at 6'4", Semezi Matu at 6'9". And as you'd expect, Matu with the tip. McAnally has it against Abner. Matu with it against Delgado. And a steal by the Olympians. 3-point shot put up in the air, won't go down for number 13, that's Abner. Abner now, as Delgado had the rebound, kicked it out of bounds. It should be Lawndale ball, it is.
And that was Matu who had the ball initially, Lou for Lawndale, trying to do a little too much with it for a guy his size.
Football pass knocked out of the air originally, but McAnally gets it again, and now it's back out to McKeel. Nice defensive play, but Newman gets it over. Now swung around to McAnally. And a good defensive play stolen away by Deontay Welch right underneath the basket. Childress will bring it back. No score. Long shot taken. And in and out. Won't go down. Delgado with it. Turnaround jump shot. Got it. So 2-0 Lusinger. And a good rebound by Delgado. These Olympians out rebound 29.3 to 15.3.
And that foul's going to go against Devon Abner. He's number 13 on our program. That's his first here, still in the very early going.
The 2 with it. Big hanging jump shot, the rebound, offensive rebound by the Cardinals. McAnally has it. That won't go down.
Wow.
Matu with it, but
Wow.
he pushed off underneath. And that's what the Olympians are going to have to do, is get that kid in trouble.
And does look like that foul went against Matu. A tough one for him to take on that. The big man, let's face it, most of the people in the gym tonight obviously are Lusinger fans, but they're also here to see Chimezie Matu, one of the hottest prospects in the South Bay.
Welch with a little baby hook shot. That will go down. It's 4-0. Lusinger over Lawndale. But Chris Brownlee was telling me before the ball game that he'd like to see Chimezie not be a guard. Nice pass by Delgado.
To Eric Childress, and that's enough for Coach Brownlee as his Lawndale Cardinals fall behind in the very early going in less than 2 minutes by a margin of 6-0. And it's not the 6 points that concerns him right now. It's how Lusinger is forcing turnovers defensively. I mentioned in the starting lineup that Justin Delgado was the defensive stopper for the Olympians, and already he's come up with a couple of big turnovers, leading to 1 basket for himself and assisting on another.
He has been working on his game ever since he focused solely on basketball, and you can tell he's lighter on his feet.
Lighter on his feet, and you know, he had a great season last year. I mean, he's going to be a key cog in this whole thing. And now he's trying to guard Metu.
He's
doing a
trash
little bit
talking.
trying to get inside of Metu's head. Knows that Metu is a young kid, still finding his way on the basketball court.
Newman has it.
Wow.
It's stolen away again. Delgado with it. Showing some great dribbling. Now gets it over to Childress. So let's see if half court set up. Delgado with a stutter step inside the 3. No. Rebound is tipped up. Matu has it. Back comes Lawndale looking for their first bucket. And there goes a shot. No.
Wow.
Offensive foul. Yep.
And if it is, that's 2 on Metu here in the early going, which is going to force. We see the replay here. Childress is set up. Yeah, that was an easy call for him to make.
Delgado literally working his way into the starting lineup. Pass, a bad one by Childress, but it bounces off the leg and comes back out. Childress, step back jumper, won't go down. Rebound tipped up by Delgado. Actually, that's Welch. Welch throws it into the hands of McAnally. McAnally, the speedster, gets it over. They're down underneath. Now it's over to Blandon, and the shot's up and in, and I believe that was taken by McHale. Actually, number 1, Newman, their first bucket of the game. Stolen, here comes Newman.
Actually, that was Sergio Blandon. Blandon with the steal. He knocked it away, then got the assist from his teammate to score the basket. So now we've got a 6-4 ball game. Looks like the Cardinals have settled down just a little bit. And now we've got a timeout being taken by Coach Rivaz. So.
Okay. So 4:37 left to go in the first quarter. It's 6-4. It's been a game of mini runs and turnovers.
So we had a 6-0 run to start the game by Lusinger and a nice little 4-0 run by Lawndale to make it a 6-4 ball game. Good defense being shown by Lusinger, and now Lawndale looking. There you see Blandon tipping it away, gets it to his teammate. It looks like that was Michael, as you said, got the ball back. Excellent teamwork to score that basket.
And also staying away from the ref's whistle, and the ball is tipped again by Newman. Childress with it along the baseline and pushed out of bounds.
What we got to watch for right now, Lou, again, is Chimezie Metu has 2 fouls by our unofficial count. But everything I saw suggests that he does have the 2 that we're giving him, and he's got to try to stay out of foul trouble. That triple put up and in by Eric Childress.
That makes it 9-4. Matu off the glass, won't go down. Rebound is tipped to Matu. Ball back to Matu. Now it's over to Blandon. Back out front. Phillips with it. Now gets it over to the man running the post. And that's number 1, Will Newman. Go check that run on the point. Down underneath, but a good block by Childress. And the ball goes up and in from Sergio Blandon. So these Cardinals, they keep coming at you.
They keep coming at you. They've played this team. This is their 3rd time playing these guys, Lou. So they aren't afraid of them. They know what to expect. They haven't been able to scratch out a win yet. They'd love to do it now that you're in regular season play.
Good play on the defensive side by Sergio Blandon as Phillips has it. Myron, a 5'9" senior. Looking to get around the defense. Looks more like a flex zone employed by the Olympians. A 3-point shot won't go down. Rebound is off, taken by the Olympians. Childress with the outlet pass gets it to Welch. Now over to Delgado for a 3 from the corner. That won't go down. The rebound is off to Matu.
Let it go.
Matu wanted to run like a point guard.
I will say to you, Lou, I'm not as enamored of him handling the ball as much as he does. That's something I'll talk to Coach Brownlee about. At no level. This isn't anything against Matu fans if you're listening. But ask yourself, other than Magic Johnson at 6'9", all right, how many 6'9", 6'10" guys do you see bringing the ball up the floor? Not many.
That's what Chris and I were talking about, that he would love to see him shed that, being a guard. Welch with a 3-point shot off the mark. Rebound snatched out of the air by Newman. And back come the Cardinals with 2:21 left to go in the first quarter and a 3-point Lusinger lead. Matu, turnaround jumper over Delgado, and Childress with the rebound. Childress had the ball swatted away. That was swatted away by Newman after the shot taken.
2-on-1 pull-up jumper. Gets it to go. Not exactly the classic 2-on-1 shot that you want, but Myron Phillips scores the basket.
And it's a 1-point ball game. Delgado driving the baseline and forced
He's got
the
to
foul.
know better than that.
And that's number 3 on Chimezie. Third team foul.
I don't think Coach has any choice but to take him out now. Somebody over there isn't well. His sub is at the bench, at the table, I should say. Number 12, getting ready to come in for him, and that's Dion Evans.
So a 2-point lead.
Now he gambled
Justin
on
Delgado,
Sure.
just working
I'm
on
sorry.
all of his game there. He's really doing a good job. Rufus really improved his game. He has 4 points now.
No, and what I was going to say to Lou is that I don't think that Coach Brownlee would have left Matu out there knowing he had 2 fouls, unless he just wants the kid to go ahead and try to develop by being in the fire and learning to play with fouls. But it definitely didn't pay off for him. The gamble, they lost on that gamble because he picked up his 3rd foul here with a little over a minute and a half left in the first quarter. That means he's going to be sitting for a long time.
That's going to take the wind from beneath the Cardinals' wings, that's for sure, as Childress has it. Driving the wing. A hook shot, that's good from about 4 feet out. 7 points for Childress here in the quarter.
And now make it 9. 2 quick baskets for Eric Childress. 1 coming off turnovers, and here again, losing a force in another one.
It's turnover number 6 on the Cardinals, and the rebound put up and in, and a timeout on the floor. With 54.4 seconds left, that bucket was put in by Trey Anderson.
So after the score was 9-6, Lou, at one point, it's now 17-8, which means that Lusinger has gone on yet another 8-2 run here in the first quarter.
You see Welch and Childress working to get around Marquin Walton. Mark Quinn, a 6-foot senior, averaging 6.5 points a game. They're looking for big things out of him. But these Olympians getting some home cooking, starting to run the floor like they've known to do.
Well, different coach, same old thing. That is pressure defense, creating turnovers and scoring points off of the turnovers.
Well, if the recipe works, why change it? No matter who the manager is of the restaurant,
or the
right?
cook. There you go.
40 seconds left in the first quarter. Cardinals lose the ball again. Delgado with another steal. Childress looking for the last shot. The shot clock is dark. Anderson gets it back to his buddy Childress. Back out front. Now Delgado with the long three. Off the mark. Rebound. Evans had it bounce off of him, and out of bounds. It'll be Cardinal ball.
Evans, of course, wide receiver. Wow, 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 wow.
That wow is by Rufus because Matu is back in the ball game for Evans.
16 seconds left here in the quarter. Let's hope this pays off.
Well, a reach in by Stephen Nathan. So that'll be his first personal. Second team foul. And the ball will be thrown in bounds right in front of us by Will Newman. Over to Batu, but he fumbles it out of bounds.
Doesn't handle it.
Newman from the free throw line. With 2 seconds left, and that all but does it. And the referees just decide to let it go. So first quarter is in the books, 17-8. And it was a close one there, Rufus. A 1-point ball game at 9-8. As the Cardinals went on an 8-2 run. Or check that, an 8-3 run.
Absolutely. And that's what made the difference. And that run, that losing a run was set up by what? It was set up by defense, forcing turnovers and scoring points off of the turnovers. Also, what you saw a little bit of there, although he didn't have a particularly good quarter in terms of Chimezie Metu, you did see what a difference he makes on the floor because there wasn't as much of an inside attack by the losing Olympians. But boy, the moment he went out, I mean they just exploded on him.
So 17-8. A fresh 8 minutes up on the board. Nathan will inbound it way out front to Devon Abner. Gets it to Trey Anderson. In the corner, back to Nathan for three, and he buries it. First points of the game for Stephen, and they are huge. Now it's a 12-point game. Inside to Newman, back out to Phillips. Trying to drive off of Nathan, but the ball bounced off of Nathan's shoe and out of bounds to the Cardinals. 7:31 left to go in the first half. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Chris Brownlee trying to figure out how to get his Cardinals back in the game, and now the ball is thrown away off of Beckles, and back come the Olympians. A shot taken by Abner. That's off the mark. Rebound taken by Nathan, and he is blocked. So a foul on the play.
That foul's going to go on Beckles.
Orlando Beckles, his first personal, his first game back, fourth team foul, as his dad put a self-imposed, you're not going to play until you get your grades up. The dad did that.
Yep.
To both of the Beckles boys. We have a tie-up, and a foul is going to be called on, I do believe, on Javon Jamison. Grabbing from behind. Really couldn't see the official call. But at any rate, that'll be the third team foul.
And I think this is Rollando's first year playing. I know we've seen Rolando Beckles over the years. That shot put up and in by Will Newman.
Beautiful shot. His little brother Delano, or Delano, Looks just like a little bit of a mini
Right.
Orlando. Not much difference. Ball is tipped by Newman, but the Olympians keep possession of it. Anderson looks like he spent the summer in the weight room. Long three put up and in. Nice shot by Stephen Nathan. He has 2 3-pointers in a row. It's 23-10.
Has 2 threes. Good defense played by the Cardinals there for most of that possession until the very end.
Beckles' 3-pointer misses. Phillips finally gets the bouncing ball as the Cardinals will reset with 6:04 left to go in the first half. Ball's taken out by Newman. Newman being guarded by Nathan, who's really playing a good game right now. And I do believe that's going to be a foul on Nathan. 2 shots. So Nathan with his second personal, 4th team foul.
Nathan getting him with the body and on the arm on the drive to the basket. So Newman at the free throw line to shoot 2.
17 out of 21, by far one of the best free throw shooters in the South Bay.
And
Misses one, and that's the Lou Jinx.
exactly.
Coming into the ball game, Childress and Welch. Second one, that's up and in. 7 points for Newman. So 23-11.
Lawndale picking up the pressure in the backcourt now. Last time up, they were double teaming the ball in the front court, and of course, they missed on the double team, and this time it's going to go. They forced the turnover out of the good defense. Still
Will
down
Newman,
by a dozen, though.
Will Newman tipped the pass and couldn't be controlled by Abner, so turnover goes to the Cardinals. McAnally back in the ball game for the Cardinals. Like his game, stays low to the ground, uses those feet. Beckles.
Excellent ball handler as well.
Ball is tipped by Abner, but McAnally has it. Goes baseline, puts it up with the right hand, won't go down, it's blocked away, and back comes Trey Anderson. Anderson kicks it out to Abner. Long three, that won't go, but we have a loose ball foul.
Let's see, who's that going to go against? Looks like it's going to go against one of the Beckles brothers. It's against Rolando Beckles. Now, before I paid attention to the fact that there was 2 Beckles out there, I gave the first one to little brother. Are both of them Rolandos or one?
No,
of
one
these?
of them's Delano, number
Okay.
24,
All right.
or Delano.
So I guessed right that time.
And number
Wow.
21 is Orlando. Oh my goodness, it's gonna rain. A long 3-pointer by Childress. And all of the points have come on threes, and there's a long 3 by Beckles. That's Delano. So he answers.
Just as I was about to say, Childress with 12 points on the night. So far here in the early going, that's a nice, healthy 20-point plus pace that he's on right now.
Averaging 15 and a half per game. Childress
Well,
double team.
He'll get that in the first half.
Now Beckles gets the rebound. That's Orlando Beckles. Stops, pops, and gets. So the Beckles boys have put some fire into this Cardinal team. It's a 10-point game.
Largest margin in the first half has been 12 so far. At 10, they've got to do a little bit of work. Wow, that makes it 13.
15 points for Eric Childress. 3 threes. 29-16.
Well, and I told you a moment ago he'd have his average here in the first half. Next trip down, he hits for average.
Beckles, the younger Beckles, Delano now gets it to Newman. Newman drove the wing, but instead of going up for the shot, tried to pass it back to McAnally and was knocked out of bounds by Childress. So a new 35 for the Cardinals. And here comes Matu back in the ball game with 3 fouls coming in for Sergio Blandon.
Well, we're going to find out if he can play in foul trouble. But let's see what type of offense and defense. Normally, if you got a guy in foul trouble like him, this is where he's got to learn to get rid of the ball quickly.
Double teamed and passed it out. It was tipped by Childress, but taken back by the Cardinals. McAnally with the shot, and finally finds the bottom. Nathan McAnally with 2 points. And a big shot that's blocked out by Beckles and taken back by the Cardinals. Here comes Newman, backing his way in, comes back out. Lots of traffic, lots of white jerseys underneath the bucket. Now Beckles with it and is tripped. Could be Welch on the foul.
Looks like it's going to be Welch. I'm going to attribute it to him. I wouldn't suggest, though, that Lawndale get into a track race with this Lusinger basketball team. And of course, the players are tempted to do that. That's going to be up to them to show a certain amount of discipline. That shot put up no good by Newman.
McMillian with the rebound. Childress brings it across the line. Gets it back from Delgado. Stutters down the lane. Left-handed layup. Too short. Rebound taken out of the air by Beckles. Look out from behind. Here comes Childress and the Olympians. It'll be Cardinal ball. Delano Beckles was strolling down the court, down the sideline, and Eric Childress came speeding up behind him and picked his pocket. 2:20 left to go in the first half. McAnally passes it. Beckles gets it. 3-point shot put up by McAnally. Buries it. Nicely done. 5 points for Nathan.
5 big points, as now it's an 8-point ball game. Was 13. Now it's 29-21. So what that means is that they've gone on a nice little 8-0 run by the Lawndale Cardinal to make the score respectable and get back in the game.
No-look pass is thrown away by the Olympians. Cardinals get the ball with under 2 minutes left in the first half. Beckles with a long 3, not even close. Rebound is up. And it's going to be a block, maybe on Blandon.
Number 20, and 20 is listed as Blandon.
So that's Sergio's first one, 16 foul. But at least Matu stayed out of the way.
Matu still out on the court with 1:46 left. Boy.
Gonna find out a lot about this young man.
Well, you're going to find out a lot about Coach Brownlee as well.
Talked to his brother before the game, the defensive end on the football team. He's not going to play tonight, though, for the basketball team. 1:35 left to go in the first half. An 8-point lead. Delgado with it.
You got to hide him in the zone. You got to hide him in the zone and tell him to stay away from everybody.
Matu with the rebound off of the miss. McAnally traveled.
Indecision. Drug the back foot. Fisher's going to make that call every time you pull up like that. Needed to let the ball go and get the basket, but it was the indecision that cost him the turnover.
Childress brings it across the line with 1:10 left to go in the first half. Childress gets the ball back over to Welch, and the ball is knocked away. Delgado with it. 1:02 left in the first half.
You got to stick Chimizi in the paint and tell him not to go at anything.
Anderson over Chimizi. And that's a 3-pointer, 5 points. Beckles with it in the shot, a nice shot. Is it a 3 or a 2?
It was a
It's
2.
a 2.
It was a 2.
And that was Orlando Beckles. Has 4 points now.
Wow. Fisher real generous on that one.
McAnally spins out of the way of a defender. Shoveled over to Beckles.
Let it go, son.
So everyone screaming air ball at Orlando Beckles. 13 seconds left on the clock. The shot clock is dark. Screened by Delgado. Waits for the man to get out of the way. Last second shot at the half won't go down, but it's a successful first half for the losing year Olympians, who lead by 9 going into the locker room at halftime, 32-23.
And you know what, Lou? I think this is going to sound strange to some, but I think it was an even more successful first half for the Lawndale Cardinals because they were on the verge of being blown out here in the first half. They made a nice little run. They got back within 8. Right now they're down by 9 at 32-23 after trailing by as much as 13 here in the first half. So I got to give them a lot of credit. Of course, losing will look great, and of course everybody wants to have the most points, and that they have, and they obviously played losing of basketball. But Lawndale, they got to be holding their breath because they were about to get run out the gym.
And we'll be back with the halftime stats and the third quarter action coming up on City TV. Halftime at Lou House. Let's go to Sebastian.
Thanks a lot, guys. I know a lot of the people that are used to seeing this Olympian team at home is wondering why Travion Anderson did not start tonight. Well, he actually missed the practice, which led the junior Devon Abner to step up in his place. And Coach Parvaz said he's been playing really well for them, getting some good minutes for him. The only underclassman that's getting some minutes for this team. On the other hand, Lou, we talked about this team being better than 2-2, and that's exactly what they are, because the two teams that they lost against, ranked teams, Price and El Camino Real. So we'll see how they do in the second half. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Yep, Price and El Camino Real, two of the tougher teams in the Southland. And let's go over the scoring real quick with the Lawndale Cardinals. Shemezi Matu didn't have any points, but had 4 rebounds, 3 points for Delano Beckles, and that was in the second half. 2 points for Myron Phillips, 5 for Nate McAnally, 4 points for Orlando Beckles, 2 points, check that, 4 points for Sergio Blandon, and 5 for Will Newman. And for the Olympians, Eric Childress had 15 points, and check that, 13 points, and 3 of those 3-pointers. 2 points for Deontay Welch, 6 points for Nathan Stephan with 2 3-pointers, and Travion Anderson with 5 points, and one of them a 3-pointer. And Justin Delgado played his tail off out there tonight, Rufus, and still has another half to go. He has 4 points, but he is just playing on both ends of the court. And we checked with our official score across the way. Shemezi Matu, we thought, had 3 fouls. He has only been credited with 2.
And that explains the coach's strategy by Coach Brownlee, and it helps make clear. I thought he knew him pretty well, and I didn't think he'd had a kid out there if he already had 3 in the books.
You didn't think he completely lost his mind.
Right. Although a bit of a surprise on our part, but the book is the book. The book said 2, and that's what we're going with.
That's it. We're underway in the third quarter. Glad you joined us on City TV. With the ball, the Cardinals, and Myron Phillips. Phillips gets it to Beckles. Now back underneath to Newman. Newman, see if he can get things going here for the Cardinals. Still a ball game.
Very
and
much
now
so.
we have a loose
Shot
ball
clock
foul.
issue. Well, you got a shot clock issue.
Oh, yeah.
That they're going to correct. It shows 35 now, which we know it should be less than that. The official, Heath Hamilton, as you mentioned, working with Kevin Hook. Hauk, rather. Keith is the R. He's over at the table now. Heath, I should say, rather. Heath Hamilton working it. Tells him to put 11 on the clock. Goes over, gives an explanation to Coach Brownlee. Everything's clear. Let's play ball. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Lawndale.
Howard Robinson, keep your finger away from the clear button. Howard's over there working the clock, and a great kid.
Great kid and a great Olympian of yesteryear.
On the diamond and on the hardwood. He's going to do that again at Long Beach City College, so good luck to him. Newman going against Childress. A couple of number ones. Ball knocked away. Delgado has it picked by Matu. Now Newman and one.
Looks like the foul's going to go on Delgado. He'll score the basket, and the foul is on Delgado.
So there you see it. Nice follow through by Newman. Can't get the and one to go down. But they score first.
Just like that, Eric Childress responds. Length of the court pass, easy layup for him.
15 points for Eric. Now Matu with it. Going against Delgado, has it stolen away. Just like a fumble on the football field, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow faces towards the Lusinger Olympians. So not all the footballs out of Justin.
No. Big man don't want to handle the ball too much here. I mean, you know, you got to call it like you see it. And I got to tell you, the area in his basketball IQ that he has to develop is not to want to handle the ball out front as much as he does. Develop an inside game and get accustomed to getting the ball on the low block, turning and going up for it. Don't dribble up or do any of that stuff. Find the guard and give it to him.
Terrific passing by the Olympians, showing a lot of patience in a zone defense being put up by the Cardinals.
Plenty of time on the shot clock with 20 seconds and counting.
Childress gets the ball back. Now rotates it over to Anderson. That's going to be short. Beckles with the defense and Newman with the rebound. Back on the Cardinals. 6 minutes even left to go in the third. Ball dumped into Matu.
But in case you're wondering, the kid is just a sophomore. Second foul on Delgado. Has to be careful how he handles the ball. That's what Heath has told him now. A lot of excessive bouncing. That'll draw a tee on him.
Non-shooting foul, but double team all day long on Chimezie. But now we have a foul. Is that a push on Matu? Nope, it's going to be a push against Lusinger. Deontay Welsh gets nailed with a foul. And Eric Childress nails Phillips with a steal. Behind the back pass to Anderson. Beautiful assist by Childress. 36-25. And the Lusinger defense has a lot of teeth in it tonight.
A whole lot. They've got active hands where they're going after the ball left and right. Boy, if Newman hadn't got on the bus and come over here, Lou, I'm not quite sure what condition these Cardinals would be in.
Will, 18.5 points a game. A three-point shot just off of the mark. And Newman comes down with the rebound. Welsh, who missed the shot, picks Newman's pocket. Passes back to Childress, is pushed. He'll get two at the line after Myron Phillips pushed him as he went up. It'll be Myron's first personal.
Gonna see on the replay here, again, the push in the back by Myron Phillips. Poor recognition on the part of the Cardinals, though, of the double team, and in particular Newman. You gotta see the double team coming and recognize the need to rotate the ball.
Welsh comes out of the ball game. Stephen Nathan comes in. Two free throws up and in by Childress. 17 points in the ball game. And an 11-point lead. And Childress may have blocked McAnally out of bounds. That's his first personal. Fourth team foul. Ball passed into Matu, immediately double teamed. Wanted to drive the baseline, but passed it back out to Newman. McAnally, wide open three.
And scored for McAnally.
Nice shot by Nate.
Give the ball up. Okay, that's good.
Blandon.
Wow. And Delgado is going to pick up what now is going to be his third foul, Lou, as we've momentarily lost our monitor.
There it is. Got it back.
Wow. If you're Delgado, I think you got a legitimate reason to complain on that one. I thought he was there. There's no restricted circle in high school basketball. Looked like a good play by Delgado. Tough one for him to take.
5 points for Sergio, coming in 1 out of 8 from the line. Makes both of them. Sergio with 6 points. Back comes Justin Delgado as Coach Parvaz leaves him in the game. Nathan going against Newman. Kicks it out to Childress. Childress gets around his defender, McAnally, and the rebound is up and bounced around by Matu as Beckles comes down with it with 4:15 left. In the third quarter, a steal by Anderson. Let's watch him go.
Wow! Anderson goes up and slams it.
And that brings the Lusinger crowd to its feet. Off with a steal. McAnally with a 3 to answer. 11 points for Nate.
5-point game after it was 11 earlier in the quarter. That goes across the top, comes down.
Good defense by Newman to force that bad shot. And Beckles
scores.
makes it a 3-point game. Timeout on the floor by Ali Parvaz. He's seen enough, and now the Cardinals are roaring. With 3:33 left to go in the third quarter. What a run put on by the Cardinals, Rufus. It was 38 to 27. They've gone on a 10-2 run.
They absolutely have. They've responded every time that they've been challenged. And guess what? Out of all this, as you look at it, the big man, Mito, has yet to score anything tonight.
But he's been a presence in the middle. Even though he hasn't been credited with a rebound, he's knocked balls around underneath the basket and given his guys an opportunity.
And again, that's a mindset. If he's willing to adopt it as a defensive stopper, a la Pat Ewing, a la Roy Hibbert, a la so many other big men who play defense first and offense second, he has the potential to be a star.
And ever since Beckles has come on the floor, he has really ignited this crowd. McAnally also with 3 threes in a row going back to the second quarter. Childress driving in from the baseline, too long. Beckles with the rebound, outlet to McAnally. Doesn't have the numbers, so he'll pull up with 3:05 left to go in the third quarter.
Finds Newman, gets it over to Beckles. Now to Blandon again. Big man's got to jump for the ball, got to come meet the pass, didn't do it. Turnover when they had a chance to pull within 1 or even tie it.
Stolen away though by Beckles, throws it out for McAnally, goes up for the layup. He's hit hard going up by McMillian.
McMillian knocked it away, no foul call on the play. Just a nice defensive play by McMillian to knock the ball out of bounds. We'll see him coming from behind.
Wow, beautiful block, beautiful. I thought that had a ticket for 2 all the way.
And now we're gonna have a foul call by, it looks like that's number 13 for Lusinger.
That's Devon Abner.
And if we're looking, that's Lusinger's, judging from here, if that's correct, that's a 16 foul.
Matu has the pass knocked out by Anderson. So that knocks 2 seconds off the Cardinals shot clock. So you see Shimizu Matu right there, no points, but has a handful of rebounds. Shot taken by Newman, that won't go down. Rebound ripped out of the air away from McAnally by Trey Anderson.
And remember, fans, last year this was a 50-48 win for Lawndale, and as we played, as we're heading down to the last 10 minutes, it's shaping up as that same kind of ball game.
Anderson goes up for the shot and is fouled by Sergio Blandon, so he'll get 2 at the line with 2:21 left to go in the third quarter. There you see the reach in by Sergio. That's his second. second team foul. And Anderson makes the first foul shot. He now has 10. Coming into the ball game is Eric Neal. Out of the game is Blandon. Anderson coming in 4 out of 5 from the line in this early season. In and out, heartbreaker. Rebound is controlled by Matu, but he couldn't get the pass over Childress and Abner. And the Cardinals are lucky to still have possession of the ball, Rufus.
Yeah.
So good full court defense by Lusinger. Beckles gives it to McAnally with 2:10 left in the third quarter. A 4-point lead for Lusinger. Ball down underneath to Matu off the glass as his first bucket. You don't want him heating up if you're Lusinger.
Finally.
At 1:55 of the third quarter, the first bucket. What a beautiful pass by Childress, but Delgado just couldn't complete it now. And now Childress with a steal, another turnover by the Cardinals.
Poor ball handling by the Cardinals has really cost me tonight. I don't even have a count on the turnovers. You could pick a number.
Oh,
that's okay. That's
Matu.
goaltending. That's goaltending. That one was easy. I'm not quite sure what everybody's complaining about. Give another basket to Eric Childress. Let's look at it right here. You'll see on the play, the ball's right in front of the rim.
But still, knocked it out of bounds. 19 points for Childress. Ball bounces around. Abner with it. A reach in. Who's going to get called for the foul? Is it going to be Beckles or Neal? Speed is really hurting the Cardinals.
They give it to number 24.
This is Delano Beckles. His first personal. Third team foul. And a timeout on the floor with 1:21 left to go in the third quarter.
Good timeout.
Very entertaining game tonight, Rufus.
Not sure which team took it, but whichever one took it, it was a good timeout for them to take. But you're right, Lou, extremely entertaining. You know, we got a nice crowd here tonight. Lawndale has brought over their fans, of course. I mean, they made the trip all of 1 mile to get over here.
But still, the way parking is, who knew how to get in here? There's probably another 20 people outside trying to figure out how to get in here.
Exactly. Well, my thanks to Francisco and Omar for meeting me at the gate and giving me a personal shuttle ride into here. Of course, I hope they're going to do the same going back.
Well, of course you get the red carpet treatment. Me, I went
double teamed by the Beckel brothers.
And why not? Let's see. The ball is going to go to the Cardinals after Nathan tried to bounce it off one of the 4 Beckles legs.
All right, Lusinger showing full court man-to-man defense right now.
McAnally gets around Childress just inside the free throw line. Nathan McAnally, and he has 13 points. A 2-point ball game. 3-point shot is off the mark. McAnally with the rebound. Matu has it. Matu loses it. And now look out. He almost fouled Nathan. Nathan gets across the line. Gets around 2 Beckles
Keep
brothers.
It up high. Keep it up high, son.
Has the rebound.
And do not give him the ball unless he's 1 foot from the basket. That's what you've got to do at this point. Develop him coming out. They're putting him in play way too far from the basket for his skill level at this point. Once again, we see the mishandle.
Well, he's got Beckles in his shorts, too. Not Beckles, Delgado. Childress knocked the ball away from Beckles and gets called for the foul.
And it's going to be a 1-and-1. And Childress almost, there you see the reach in, but it's the body which generated it that the official, Houck, made the call on. Good call by the official in my estimation.
Blandon comes in for Matu, who's going to get a breather. Don't know for how long, but 2 foul shots worth at least. First one by Delano is good. He has 4. Makes it a 1-point game. Delano can tie the ball game up.
Wow, can you believe it? after
No.
having trailed by as much as 13 in
This
the
has
second
been
quarter and 9 here in the third. They're now back within 1, and they
Now-
are tied.
At 18 seconds left to go in the quarter, and a foul is called. Is that going to be on Orlando?
They
Yes.
called it on number 2, Eric Neal. If Neal's on the floor, I don't see Neal. Yes, he is.
He's out there.
And they've got fouls to give. Wow.
Three-point shot taken. That's off the mark. Avery Berry with it on the shot. Berry with the rebound, but loses it as
But
time
that's okay.
is called.
Time's out. Now, will they charge the foul?
We'll see.
Okay. I don't think they're going to charge the foul. The referee, Heath
No.
Hamilton's going to come in and say, hey, the period expired. We're not going to charge the foul. And therefore, it'll end after 3.
After Ale Parvaz put up a mild protest, it is a tie ball game. This has been a tortoise and the hare game, Rufus, where the hare, the losing year Olympians, sped out to as much as a 13-point lead.
But they got outscored in this quarter by 11, Lou, because it was 32-23 at the half. Okay. Let's go to Sebastian.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. This turns out to be a very, very big game. This crosstown rivalry is something that has been going on for years. And if you look at the gym here, it's filled. Filled just like how it used to be back when Lusinger alumni greats like Donnell Beverly and all those guys played here. And it's a lot of ruckus going on tonight. Lusinger getting a little bit too comfortable in that third quarter. That led Lawndale to come across with that great defense and sneak back on them. We'll see how they respond in the fourth quarter. Back to you, Lou and Rufus.
Rufus, finish your point.
Well, the point is Lawndale outscored them in that quarter by a bunch. And we start the first quarter, the fourth quarter with Lawndale going to the line.
All right. Didn't see who the foul was on, but it's a 1-and-1 for Delano Beckles, who has 4 points. Misses the front end, but the rebound goes to Blandon, and now Beckles. Newman. Fourth
Now
quarter
Lawndale's
underway.
beating them to the ball. Too far out for a skill route.
Drives the baseline, but kicks it out to Beckles for 3, an awkward 3. Rebound is off and taken by the Olympians. Eric Childress brings it back. Uses Batu as a screen almost, but the rebound takes.
You're exactly right.
And the Delgado.
Ooh.
Let's see who he is going to be
I
fouled
think
by.
that's going to be on number 1. Yep.
That's Will Newman, his first personal. 5th team foul. And Justin Delgado hasn't scored since the first quarter. Looking for his 5th point. Got to start tonight because McMillian missed a practice, and Justin didn't disappoint in that first quarter.
So Delano Beckles goes out, and Nathan McAnally comes back in. McAnally, the point guard.
5 points for Justin, and it's a 1-point lead for Lusinger. Pass is stolen by the Lusinger Olympians, but it
Good
goes out of
call.
bounds to Lawndale.
Excellent
After-
call. Folks sometimes don't understand, Lou, how the officials make calls like that and how they see what they think we don't see.
Batu driving the basket, or driving the baseline actually. Free throw extended, and the rebound goes to Nathan.
You know, how about letting them shoot from 2 feet away instead of 10?
He's got to get in there first, Rufus. I don't think Chris Brownlee's calling that play. Whipped in underneath, and the shot taken, won't go down. Rebound is tipped almost in by Beckles. He gets the rebound. McAnally with it now as it goes to Newman. Lots of white jerseys, so he brings it out. Back underneath to Newman. Hangs, lets it go down. Ball is tipped, taken by the Olympians. Here comes Nathan around the back, puts it up from the wrong side and one.
Both officials complaining about calls and the lack thereof, and that's a call right there. I'd love to see that on replay because you've got to believe. I thought the defender was there and set. You're going to see McAnally.
Yep.
Is he moving? In the estimation of the official, he is.
I do believe you're right. Gives a 3-point lead to the Olympians, and Nathan, who has not tried a foul shot tonight, misses this one, and the rebound comes off to Matu with 6:20 left to go. Look out, Matu's pass is blocked by Childress. How did he climb the ladder that high? I wonder if we got a replay on that one. What a defensive play by Eric Childress, who lost his headband. That's how high up he went. Man, what a play.
Wow.
Childress with 19 points, leading all scorers. 13 points for McAnally, leads the Cardinals.
Oh, was the foul against me too then? It's a 1-and-1.
I didn't see what there would be a foul. Okay. So the 1-and-1 that's missed by Childress. Ball's back in play and stolen away by Childress. Took it from Newman.
Got another turnover. 46-43, under 6 minutes left.
I would say that the Cardinals are around 20 turnovers for the night. Anderson with the rebound, but it gets out of his hands, and it will remain Olympian ball with 5:47 left. Coming into the game is Phillips for the Cardinals. And McAnally injured a hand. So he's coming out. Anderson with it. Gets it to Welch.
Wow.
McMillian had it. And now the ball gets turned over to the Cardinals.
Travel called on the play. Newman with the ball in the front court. Got to see all the defenders.
5:30 left to go, a 3-point ball game. Matu coming back out of the wing, being pushed out by McMillian. Now gets it to Newman, who's being pushed around by Welch. Sergio Blandon goes in the lane, is hooked, no call. Rebound being fought for. Matu has it, has a wide open lane
from 2 feet away.
Puts
That's
it in.
all I keep saying.
He has 4 points.
The kid's range is 2 feet. Let him shoot from 2 feet away.
Had a wide open baseline, couldn't believe it, so he took it. Now Delgado thought about shooting over Matu. Gets it back from Childress. Childress hanging on to the ball, eating some clock up. A 1-point ball game. Now drives, gets it back out to Welch for a 3. Won't go down. Rebound is tipped to Anderson to Welch.
Can't wait for
Now
the
to
ball
McMillian.
to
Had the ball tipped away by Blandon. Blandon against Anderson, but has it slip off of his hands, out of bounds. It'll be Lawndale ball. 4:29 left in the fourth quarter.
Blandon made a good dive at it. In the opinion of some, that may have been a foul in and of itself. Let's watch the play. So we're going to see Blandon coming here. Well, okay. The dive was legitimate. There are times when on that dive play, Lou, you can actually be creating a foul in the process. But right now, everybody's mopping up the sweat with their sneakers.
You know what? Maybe we should get the Olympians some towels for Christmas.
Well, I was going to say, if it were me.
Didn't we have this same problem last year?
Now somebody comes with a warm-up or something.
All those nylon, that nylon can make it worse.
I was somewhere and somebody asked if they could use, well, I won't even go there.
Somebody go to Costco and get a thing of paper towels.
46-45 ball game, losing your lead. Still plenty of basketball time left, fans. 4:25 left in the contest.
Pass is knocked away by Childress. It'll still be Cardinal ball. And Sergio Blandon, a little bit taller guy to impound it, will do it. Gets it to Matu, and now Matu throws it into Justin Delgado, and he says thank you. So a turnover by Lawndale.
And he bounced the ball to the big man instead of throwing it up to him. Delgado from distance. Ball's up. Wow, it's amazing how Travion Anderson at almost 6'2" is able to take that away. Triple put up and in by Deontay Welch.
That's his first bucket, Rufus, since the first quarter with 5 points. Matu has it, goes baseline again, and an offensive foul.
Well, I like the effort that time, though, by Matu on the play. We're going to see on the replay here as they take the timeout, looking for a shot within his range. They say offensive foul. By my count, Lou, I've got 4. I'm not sure how many you've got.
That's my count too, but the only way to really show it to tell is to go over to the official scorers table. A 30-second timeout taken. And there you see the Spirit Squad for Lusinger.
And Cut Spencer decides he wants to be a spectator tonight instead of a part of the broadcast crew and being on top of. And where's Rayshawn?
Rayshawn, I think he took the night off. He had to go Christmas shopping for your present.
Okay.
He was going to get you those slippers that with the ears that flop.
Well, as soon as Eric hooks me up, I'll be ready to go do some Christmas shopping. And especially after Jose hooks me up, I'll be ready.
Oh, that's right. Boy, he must owe you a bundle this year. 3:40 of matchsticks.
Yep.
3:40 left to go. A 4-point lead for Lusinger.
Every possession counts now, particularly if you're on the short end of the score, like Lawndale is down by 4.
And Lawndale can ill afford to make any mistakes for the remainder of the time on the clock. And a shot taken, and Eric Childress finds a way to go in unscathed. He has 21 points, Rufus, and 51-45. The Olympians are only averaging 54.5 points a game. The Cardinals are averaging, on the other hand, over 64 points a game. Newman trying to get around McMillian, does. Nice shot off the glass. He has 11.
Seems like a whole lot more. I got to tell you, every basket he scored tonight has meant a whole lot to this team.
Nice defense by Sergio. Anderson kicks the ball around. Now Delgado with it. Hook shot won't go down. Rebound is off to Newman. Gets it to Matu. Back to Newman.
Great pass that time by Matu, but quickly got rid of the ball. Phillips. Ball handlers.
Phillips shot went in and out. Welch trying to put the game away. Almost did. Rebound is up by McMillan. Put up. No, Matu has it.
Keep it up. There you go. That's all he has to do. You know, when you're 6'9", and you bring the ball down to your waist, then you make yourself effectively the same height as the defender. But if you're 6'9" and you hold the ball above your head until you see a passing lane, that's what you do to protect the ball. That's what Matu did that time, foul against one of the Olympians.
Travion Anderson.
Okay.
So, not quite double bonus time. 9 personal fouls. Matu, 7 out of 11 from the foul line. And way up high is Eric Childress. Climbing up almost on the shoulders of Sergio Blandon. Coming down at 2 minutes left to go in the ball game, Rufus. And a 4-point lead for the Olympians.
And of course, anywhere out here is well within Childress's range.
Well, the new parking lot is in his range. Childress, now 6 seconds left of the shot clock. From the top of the key, a 3 won't go down. but they took 35 precious seconds off of Lawndale's clock. 1:35 left to go in the ball game. 51-47, Lusinger over Lawndale. Newman with a rainbow three, just missed. Phillips with a rebound for the Cardinals. A new shot clock for them. 1:23 left to go in the ball game. The Cardinals are taking too much time, it seems like, and got a screen, but it didn't help. Here comes Anderson. Look out. Up and in. A dozen points for Trey Anderson.
Whoa.
And that could have been a technical foul by Beckles.
It should have been. In my book, it is. I don't even think twice about it. But officials, again,
it's early in the season.
Let the players decide it with play rather than something like that. But, you know, turnovers, and now we've got a 6-point game with 1:08 left. Opportunities have slipped by the board. But if you're Lawndale, one of the things you got to take away from this game as a learning point is to protect the basketball.
Lusinger with a terrific ball game. It's got to be the shoes. They have an eclectic mix of color. And why not?
Yeah.
If you're going to be if you're going to represent the Olympians, you got to have all the colors, right?
I guess there's no such thing nowadays as wearing the same color shoes as a team.
McAnally has it with 1:05 left in the ball game. Short on the shot, but the rebound taken by the Olympians. Anderson has a 2-on-1. Here comes the alley-oop to Welch. Won't go down. Anderson has it, double teamed, and Ali Parvaz, the coach of the Olympians, calls a 30-second timeout.
He's going to get a substitute in on the floor. During this timeout, he's going to send in number 15, Stephen Nathan.
Now Parvaz coaching his players with 48.7 seconds left to go. Again, Eric Childress, the leading scorer, with 21 points, 12 points for Travion Anderson, 13 points for Nathan McAnally, and 11 points for Will Newman. McAnally, no points in this quarter, Rufus. Matter of fact, they're pretty cold in this quarter. Only 4 points.
McAnally, 9, and I'm trying to see. We got Nitu with what, 4? Or is that 2?
What's that?
Points for
4 points. Time back in, 45 seconds left. Here come the Cardinals, still in the game. Newman with a long three, just off the mark. Rebound way up high, taken by Eric Childress. Childress is fouled by Newman. He'll go to the line. 34.7 seconds left to go, and Newman had no choice but to foul him.
Yep.
There you see, trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Second personal by Newman. Childress, 2 out of 3 from the line with 21 points. Make that 3 out of 4. He'll get another one, 22 points now. Remember when I saw him in 7th grade playing at the Ballers tournament at the junior high school? He's already a senior?
Time flies.
Sure does. An 8-point lead. Newman and
basket.
1.
Foul's going to be on Delgado. That's his 4th. So Newman with a chance to make it a 5-point game right now. 55-49.
And 26 seconds left to go in the ball game. Another hard-fought crosstown rivalry. Three-point play the old-fashioned way. 14 points for Will. And it's a 5-point game. And Welch is fouled by Sergio Blandon. Sergio's third personal. Now they're in the double bonus, they being the Olympians. There you see Deontay Welch with 5 points. Had a big 3-point shot.
Well, what they'll do, they'll stretch these last 22 seconds as far as they can. The players they'll try their best not to foul, of course, are Eric Childress and Travion Anderson. Now, half of the strategy has worked thus far. The second half is you've got to get the rebound when it comes off. You got to come up. They've got to look for threes, although they could take a quick two if they got it on a breakout.
Second free throw, no good. Newman runs it up court. Newman splitting the defense. Hangs, shoots too long. Rebound is off. Taken by Childress with 10 seconds left. He stops smartly and picks up a foul.
Well, it looks like he called a timeout instead.
Okay. So it's a timeout taken by Lusinger with 11.2 seconds left to go.
And that was the opportunity. They had the opportunity that I spoke of, Lou. 5-point game. They come down, they make a basket there. Now you've got yourself a 3-point game, maybe even a 2 if it's an and one situation. But all the parts have to work together. Half of it worked, half of it didn't, and therefore they right now are in an even deeper hole time-wise, because with 11 seconds left and needing to score 5 to tie it, 6 to win it, and pitch a shutout on defense, that's asking a whole lot.
That's right. So Will Newman playing a good game tonight, both ends of the court for the Cardinals. Just couldn't get that one to fall down. Anderson trying to chase down the inbound pass. It's going to be stolen by Beckles. 9 seconds left. He better put the shot up. But nope, he's puts up, well, that's a pass. He'll say that every day to Matu. He has 6 points, and it's a 3-point game, but that's just an exclamation point.
Well,
the timeout.
There's still time on the clock, and even though they don't have the ball, now they've got to make a tough call. And again, Chamizi Metu, only a couple of points tonight.
6
But
points
the
on
guy's
the night.
making me look like a prophet, and I'll take it. Because again,
Well, we all knew that.
Every basket he scored, one has been inside. You know, and
Orlando
that's okay.
Beckles, though, with that off-balance pass, or the alley-oop pass to him.
Well, now you're being overly generous to call that a pass.
You think that was a shot?
I'm sure that was a shot.
Orlando's going to tell you it's a pass.
Let's see if we can see it again before we come back. Do we
No.
think that was a shot?
Manny-
Maybe not.
Manny did. Oh, there it is.
Well, it went up. Okay. You know, I got to tell you, maybe it was. Back to live action, though.
1.9 seconds left to go, and a foul on Devontae Patterson just in the ball game. Devontae, a 5'8" junior, getting in the scorebook.
Well, Devontae was put in there for one reason. Okay. And Devontae did his job. That's what I like. I like a man that comes to work and does his job. Okay? His job was to give the foul quickly, and that's what he did.
Double bonus time for each team, so 23 points for Eric Childress. Make it 2 dozen.
Well, and that's the ball game right there. Now you can officially put it in the book.
Well, there's still a second left. We can endorse the back of the scorecard. Matu with a long shot, and that's going to do it as the horn sounds. The crosstown rivalry, 56 to 52 to Lusinger. The Olympians improve to 3-2 overall. The Cardinals fall to 3-2.
Outscoring by 13 to 9 during the fourth quarter. What was a tie game after 3 at 43. They outscored 13-9, as I mentioned, to come away with the 4-point win in what was an extremely exciting ball game for both teams. Congratulations to the Lusinger Olympians and for Coach Brownlee and his guys. They're looking for building blocks, and clearly they found one tonight that they can continue to build from this. This is a confidence loss for them. You don't hear that said often, but if it's a confidence-building loss against a very good Lusinger team.
Well, absolutely, and a 20-11 third quarter to the Cardinals, and they did a terrific job tonight, especially the guys that they expected to, and even Chimezie Metu got in there for you, and he had 6 points on the night, had a handful of rebounds, but you can see that by learning, he's going to learn by doing, and I'm sure he'll kind of get it where he is more successful from 6 feet in than 6 feet out.
Exactly. Well, again, still a very young player. As we've talked about, a second-year guy, he's got to play a lot of basketball, a lot more in the summers. And I know we haven't even started the league season. I'm already talking about summer. But that's what Coach Brownlee is doing. They're putting him in challenging situations. I thought tonight he obviously showed his value defensively. And that's going to be something they're going to have to instill in him. Wants to handle the ball just a little bit too much for a big man. Doesn't have the handle skills yet. That's not to say they won't come, but right now he doesn't have them. But what he does have is a good defensive presence inside. And as Lou said and complimented the point I've made all night, is that his shooting range is from 6 feet in. That's where they've got to find him at. And I think defensively, Lou, the other thing they've got to do, they got him playing out high defensively, and maybe that is to protect him, but I'd drop him down in a 2-3 in the middle.
Okay, so there's the coach's chalkboard for this evening. And let's go over the scoring real quick while Sebastian Spencer looks for a post-game guest. And for the Cardinals, 6 points for Chimezie Metu, 4 points for Delano. We're going to have to get that. I'm sure Mom will call us on this. He had 4 points. 2 points for Myron Phillips, 13 for Nate McAnally, 6 points each for Orlando Beckles and Sergio Blandon, and 13 points for Will Newman. And tell you what, Will is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Pioneer League.
Certainly will be.
And we're trying to get camera person over to talk to Ali Pervaz. So why don't we switch cameras so our camera guy can go over to where Sebastian is and take care of that. All right. And now let's go over to Lusinger's side of the scorecard. Eric Childress led all scorers with 24 points. Deontay Welch had 5. Stephen Nathan had 7. And Travion Anderson had 12. And 5 points for Justin Delgado. And now let's go over to Sebastian Spencer.
Hey, thanks a lot, Rufus and Lou. I'm here with Coach Parvaz of the Olympians after the win over Lawndale. Coach, how does it feel to get this win tonight?
It always feels good. You know, we got a nice little crosstown rivalry going. You know, we see those guys all summer. All the guys are friends. The coaches are friends. When we get on the court, it's a hell of a battle. And, you know, when you play losing or Lawndale, it's going to be a good game, and it feels good to come out on the right end.
And before we were just talking about how close the game was, tell me what that means for you to have a great team like you have, to gut it out at the end and make sure you get those close victories.
You know, we haven't had a lot of experiences like that this season. Even in the fall, all the games have been, you know, within 8 at the closest or double digits. So we really need that experience going into league and playoffs to be able to, at the end, guys make plays, get big rebounds. I wish we made some more free throws, put that thing away, but you got to take your hats off to Lawndale. They battled us for 32 minutes.
And also before the game, we talked about players that didn't start last year, players like Justin Delgado and Stephon Nathan. What do they mean to this team this year?
I'm so proud of Justin right now. You know, Metu's a real player. You know, that big guy, he's a real player. He's, you know, goes about 6'8", Justin 6 foot, maybe 6'1" on a good day, and handled him one-on-one most of the game and really kept him in check. He made some plays. He's going to make some plays, but defensively, he's our anchor. And for him to be able to take to isolate the big guy, take him out, and just neutralize him, really gave us a chance there.
Definitely giving up 8 inches there as well on the big kid Chimezie. And also Eric Childress showing the same leadership he did last year. He looks a little bit more in tune to me on the defensive end. He looked like he's played just as hard on defense as he does offense. Is that something that you guys stress to him in practice?
Absolutely. Him and Travion are our hardest working players in practice every day, whether it's just a shooting drill, we're doing defensive slides, whatever. They're going to be our hardest working players all practice. So that really translates. This year we don't have the guards that we had last year to help Eric off the bench, with losing Donnell and Roderick to graduation. He's got to do a little bit more. Abner's came along a little bit to help him out, but he's got to do a little bit more. He's got to guard the other team's best player, and he's got to be our guy. So he's up for the challenge, and you saw tonight he made some plays for us.
That's the guy that we talked about earlier, Abner, getting a start for Travion Anderson. But nonetheless, great win tonight, Coach. All right. Back to you guys, Rufus Saloon. I'm going to get some players for some more interviews for after, and I'll get it back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Sebastian Spencer. See if he can get Chris Brownlee. But there are some Olympians laying around right now, or not laying around, but meandering around. And I tell you what, this is a terrific ball game, something to build on for both teams, as the Lusinger Olympians come out on top, 56-52. And why don't we take a quick timeout? We'll let things get set for the next interview, and we will come back on City TV. (56-52) is our final score. Lusinger over Lawndale in a terrific ball game, and one of the terrific players is with Sebastian.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I'm here with Trey Anderson of the Olympians. Trey, how does it feel to get that win against a hard-fighting Lawndale Cardinal team?
Man, it was good. It was a good game, good battle. I mean, I just loved it out there, and I'm happy we came out with the win.
What have you guys been practicing more of in this offseason? I know you guys had those 2 losses against those 2 ranked teams. What has Coach been stressing you guys in practice?
Mainly about defense and help defense and boxing out and getting rebounds. You see we kind of still working on that, still trying to get, communication going on, but that's mainly what we've been doing in practice. That's it.
And talk about the guy that started for you, Devon Abner. What does he mean to this team? Coach Parvaz said earlier that he's a kid that can really step up when you need him to.
Oh, yeah, Abner, he a great player. He play hard all the time. He never get down on any of his teammates or himself. He always just give it 100%, and that's what Coach love about him. That's what we all love about him.
As you guys go into Bay League competition, it gets a little bit tougher with schools like Redondo, Palos Verdes, Peninsula. What do you guys hope to accomplish this year returning as Bay League champions?
Well, as you know, we want to go to CIF, so in order to do that, we just got to play hard every day and play like it's our last game, like it was our last playoff game or whatever, in order to get there. So just play hard.
There you go, guys. Trey Anderson, back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Sebastian Spencer. That's Travion Anderson. Travion with 12 points and had a big three-pointer in the first half to get things going in that second quarter. But what about the Cardinals and that 20-11 third quarter they had there to get back in the ball game?
Well, they did several things well, and that's what they'll build upon. First of all, they played good defense. The Beckel brothers got them going. Chamizi Mitu played good defense as well. They forced some turnovers, and they knocked down some big shots, including McAnally with a couple of threes. Will Newman, key guy for them. It all came together in the third quarter when they were able to tie the score after trailing by 9 at the half. They tied them at 43. So they look good.
Yep.
And remember, this is a team that had a great season last year, and they made a nice little playoff run, got to the quarterfinals as well. So I like what I see in Lawndale. I mean, let's face it, playing Lusinger is a step up in competition for them, okay? But it's good. Nobody likes to talk about moral victories, and certainly not coaches. But they have every reason to be proud of the effort that they showed tonight on the road. Last year they had this game at home and only lost by 2. Mm-hmm. And most of the time we say, well, the road represents 3 points to the home team. If you look at it that way, they came in here and lost by 1.
Right. Well, it's time for our player of the game and our tip of the hats of the game. So, Rufus, you want to do the tip of the hat player?
Okay, well, the tip of the hat player obviously will in this case come from Lawndale, and there are a couple of guys in my mind's eye that are up for the tip of the hat award, and I'm kind of split between the two guys I got in mind, first of all, I got McAnally and Newman.
Right.
I thought they both played outstanding. I'm going to be honest with you, it's hard for me to choose between which of those two guys was the bigger difference tonight. I'm going to lean, okay? Drum roll. I'm going to lean, though, tonight because of the fact that he didn't have as many turnovers, at least by my count, a little better protection of the basketball in some key moments. So for my money, McAnally.
Okay, Nate
is
McAnally.
Nate
Okay.
McAnally is the Tip of the Hat Award winner tonight.
And speaking of the Cardinals, let's go over to Sebastian, who has a special guest.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'm here with Coach Brownlee of the Lawndale Cardinals. Coach, tough loss tonight. Talk about what it meant to you guys.
It meant a whole lot. We're a very disappointed locker room right now. We were working hard. We knew they were number 15 in the southern section. We both had hard falls and summers, and we were working, pointing towards this game, and we just fell short tonight. And we just know that we got to get back in the lab and do a lot of fundamental work.
And one player on that Lawndale team who a lot of people on that side believe is just as good as Eric Childress. Talk about Will Newman and what he means to this team.
Will Newman means a lot to us. He works hard, and he's been working hard to improve since I've gotten to Lawndale. He is just, how should I say it? He's bubbling with a lot of potential, and he can play on the next level, and he's getting this game together, working hard every single day.
And also a lot of guys on that team playing a very good role tonight. You got your point guard, McNally,
Yes.
and then you have Sergio Brandon. Talk about what guys like that mean to your team as well.
It's going to mean a lot down the stretch. We need games like this early to help us down the stretch for our goal, which is to go ahead on and win the league, a tough Pioneer League, and then go on to sectionals and make a run in the Division II AA this year. We moved up a whole division and a half. So we really want to make a run in CIF this year, and these kind of games are going to help us to go to hard work in the gym, to practice, and to get ready for those runs.
At this point, with a loss like this against Lusinger, these crosstown rivalry games are always really big. Last game last year that we covered went down to the wire as well with a game winner by Lusinger. So how do you get your guys to get back together and gain composure because they went through this last year?
Well, we have to get better and get our composure quickly. We got 5 straight games next week. We're up on the hill in the Palos Verdes tournament. And then we also have Hawthorne, who is working out very, very well with Dave Egan's. And so they're going to come at us real hard, and they're going to come out into Lawndale getting a win. I know that last year we really struggled coming off of the loss from Lusinger and playing them. So these city games are really, really tough. They just started for Lawndale last year. So it's something that's, brand new to the school, and we want to start establishing our name out here in this area in the South.
Coach, good luck to you on those 5 games next
Okay.
week. All
Thank
right,
you.
no problem. Back to you guys. I got Eric Childress right here. We're going to come right back.
All right, thank you very much, Sebastian Spencer. And looking at the schedule, that El Segundo Palos Verdes tournaments, like Coach said, that is going to be up on the hill. Hopefully the weather will be nice for them as they take on Chadwick. Meanwhile, the Olympians will move over to the Beverly Hills tournament. They're going up to the 90210 to take on the Pharaohs of Hollywood High School. And our next telecast will be Hawthorne at Lawndale. So that should be a good game as well.
And that's going to be next Thursday, so fans, you don't have to wait long to see that one. And you're right, that should be a good one.
That's right. And well, as long as we're waiting for Eric Childress to be done with the newspaper interview, why don't we select our City TV player of the ball game?
Well, is there really somebody to select? I mean, there's somebody. Is that going to be hard? That's. I mean, you're trying to create this drama. That's what people.
He was having sugar plum fairies dancing in his head there for a second.
This one's easy.
Is
now,
it?
what I had to do, the Tip of the Hat Award, that was hard. The player of the game, that's easy.
Okay.
Tonight. It's yours. Go ahead.
Well, let me see. We had 12 points by Travion Anderson. Travion was well, not the leading scorer, but he had a good game, and he was Sebastian's guest.
Okay. If that earns him player of the game, then so be it.
But I believe it is number 1 in the hearts of the Olympian fans, and that is Eric Childress. Eric Childress with 24 points unofficially, and also I don't know how many steals he had tonight and rebounds, and was hanging on the rafters in the gym. And I'll tell you what, he was something else tonight. Eric Childress is our City TV 31 City TV player of the ball game. And let's go to Sebastian, who has Eric Childress.
Thanks a lot. I'm here with Olympian guard Eric Childress. Eric, big win tonight against that Lawndale team. Talk about that crosstown rivalry and what it means to you.
We know that they'll have my bad. We know that they play hard, so we have to come out and play even harder than them, because every time that we play them, we'll get a little lead, and they'll come back. So we have to keep our composure and keep playing harder throughout the whole game.
Coach Parvaz talked about how you guys make defense a priority in defense, especially for you, and that's something that I told him that I saw in you tonight was a lot more defense from you. Talk about that part of your game.
I knew that coming in, my defense, it's been all right, but I could play better defense, and I knew that the big kid, Chimizi, I knew he would play hard, so I had to get up on the guards so they couldn't get the ball into him.
Coming back as Bay League champions, what do you want to prove this year? Coming in as a senior, what do you want to prove?
We want to prove that we small, but we're one of the best teams around. Like we might be small, but we play hard, we run, we're going to play defense. We're going to get all up in you, and it's going to be hard to beat us, no matter who you are.
And like I said before, you guys have a lot of guys on this team that mean a lot. Guys that came off the bench last year, like I said, Stephon Nathan, Justin Delgado, a lot of the guys that you grew up with that they call a Fab Five here. We'll talk about that a little later. But what do you feel that you guys can do this year?
I think we can go all the way. We've been trying to go to CIF. We've been thinking about it. We just getting upset during the way. But this year, I got a feeling we can go all the way.
There you go, guys. Eric Childress feels that this Olympian team can go all the way. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Sebastian Spencer. Good job on your part. And Rufus Washington, what do you think about that statement by young Mr. Childress?
Well, I think he's right. Of course, we've got league action coming up. Clearly, they are a high caliber ball club. I don't put anything past them. I think they'll make a run. I'm trying to see if he was somehow or another sending a veiled message down Hawthorne Boulevard, because he said, we don't care who you are. All right? I wonder if Redondo heard that.
I'm sure the Seahawks will get that loud and clear, especially if they get City TV 31 on that side of the fence. But I tell you what, a terrific job. You know, I want to see Eric Childress and Sebastian Spencer in a standing jump contest.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure how much of a contest it would be, but, it'd be nice to see. But, Eric, here's what Eric said that I liked, in all seriousness. He said he thinks he can play better defense. I'm looking at a guy that's playing lights out defense right now, and he says he can play better.
Well, that would be a shutout, I think.
Exactly. But no, again, this is going to be a fun season to watch here on City TV. And like I said, we've got more great games coming. You mentioned next Thursday night, we've got Lawndale and Hawthorne, and our first chance to see the Cougars this season. And then we'll see Lusinger and Hawthorne, and then we'll wrap up the season with Redondo and Lusinger, home and home. So
yeah, it'll be a terrific season for us here at City TV, and we want you to join us for every ball game here on City TV. Well, Rufus, I want to thank you very much, so we might as well put a bow on this one and put it up on the shelf.
This one's in the books. Here we go.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us on City TV 31 or City TV 3 or wherever it is in your market. For Sebastian Spencer, Rufus Washington, and the terrific City TV crew, I'm Lou Stowers telling you once again from Lou House, the Lusinger Olympians win over the Lawndale Cardinals 56-52. Until next time, so long.